Oh, okay. So this time, we're looking at the Agogwe. Now this one hails from East Africa. It's not exactly something that you want to run into. Well, let's get to it here. Now listen up. The Agogwe. Now, this is a human-like creature that's usually spotted in the forests and jungles of East Africa. It was first spotted in 1900 by Captain William Hitchens, but was reported 37 years later in the December issue of the Discovery magazine. They're usually kind of slow on that. Here's a more detailed description. It's usually standing from 1 to 1.7 meters, about 2 to 5 feet tall, with several human features. This creature is also said to have odd characteristics such as long arms and rusty colored hair covering its body, with yellowish red skin under its coat. Now, sometimes it's described as copper. Its feet are roughly 12 centimeters long, and the difference between the Agogwe and a modern chimpanzee is that the Agogwe has a rounded forehead, smaller but sharper teeth, and the hair and skin color are different. As I said earlier, the first recorded sighting of the Agogwe was in 1900 by Captain William Hitchens, but lazily enough, the incident was reported 37 years later in the December issue of the Discovery magazine. I guess they just didn't give a crap. He was apparently in the Usher and Simbit forests, located on the western side of the Wimbear Plains in Tanzania. Hence, and I quote, "Some years ago, I was sent on an official lion hunt in this area. While waiting in a forest glade for a man-eater, I saw two brown furry creatures come across the dense forest on one side of the glade and then disappear into the thicket on the other side. They were like little men, about 4 feet high, walking upright but clad in russet hair. The native hunter with me, well, he gazed in mingled fear and amazement." Now, he later remarked that they are the Agogwe, the furry little men that one does not see once in a lifetime. How does that make sense? He saw them, so... Anyway, but only 1 year later, British officer Cuthbert Burgoyne publicized an incident that happened in 1927 through Discovery magazine 11 years later, in which he supposedly saw the same creature that Hitchens had seen many years before. "We were sufficiently near to land to see objects clearly with a glass of 12 magnifications. There was a sloping beach with light brush upon which several dozen baboons were hunting for and picking up shellfish of crabs. To judge by their movements, 2 pure white baboons were amongst them. They were very rare, but I had heard them previously and watched. 2 little brown men walked together, out of the bush, down among the baboons. They were certainly not known monkey, and they must have been akin, or they would have disturbed the baboons. They were too far away to see in detail, but these small human-like animals were probably between 4 feet high, quite upright and graceful in figure. In the late 1950s, the third sighting was reported, now this time it being Charles Cordier, a professional animal collector who allegedly saw the Agogwe in Zaire. It was entangled in one of the bird snares that he had set, but it escaped before he could do anything, and as he said, it fell on its face, turned over, sat up, took the noose off its feet, and walked away before the nearby African could do anything. Now, the Agogwe is likely a surviving species of Australopithecine, a primate which lived 2.5 million years ago as a very early form of humans. And that about does it for this episode. Tune in next time for another cryptid, monster, vampire, UFO, or demon. Till then, this is Belmont signing out. Stay in the light and watch your back.